G'day everybody, Masterbucks here. Welcome to a little double upload for today, just like yesterday. Treating you to 4 videos in 2 days. That's how many FIFA 22 videos I still have left in the bank. Today I'm going to go through, ladies and gentlemen, the best young players that are available in FIFA 22 for you to pick up when you get your hands on the game. I'm going to show you a short list of who I think are going to be some of the best young prospects to pick up in career mode, and then we're going to advance on ahead about 5 years and see what their ratings are like, and you can have a look at them as they are a few years deep in a career mode. I should also, by the way, point out that we are literally only about 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers away from 700k. If you are not already subscribed, then make sure you do so. And on top of that, I am also currently giving away a FIFA 22 copy on Instagram. That is right, people. You can get your own copy of FIFA 22 this year completely for free and totally on me. And all you've got to do is click the link down below, which will take you to this specific post. Give it a like, make sure you're following, and just like that, you're in the running. Best of luck with that one, people. But anyway, let's begin with the best young players in FIFA 22. So hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. These are the best young players in FIFA 22 career mode. I basically make this video at the beginning of every single FIFA. Not a crazy ass experiment, but let's start going through them. Of course, Gianluigi Donnarumma. I feel like he's going to be insane. He's going to be super highly rated, we know, but still. Safonov is going to be a goalkeeper that started to have his come up last year. I think you might see a few players that have actually moved or not moved to certain teams that they should be in, like Timo Villaramento as well, who is another great player that's recently moved to Southampton. Expect him to have a higher overall. Expect a few moves with ratings and potentials for players on this list too. These are damn close, but they may not be exactly final for everybody. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, is going to be one. Sergino Dest is going to be a great right-back pickup as well. These are some of my favorites there. And there's going to be a wide range of players on this list. You might see some players that are already in the high 80s that could have potentials in the 90s, and then some guys that could be in the 60s with potentials in the high 80s, or maybe even low 80s, or possibly even 90s, who knows. But yes, De Ligt is definitely still a great pickup. He's still only 21, 22. Blows my mind that, but Gvardiol is definitely a player that's going to get a significant upgrade to his overall when the full game launches, and his potential should be great. Upamecano, who's recently gone to Bayern, so he might not be available straight away, but definitely a pickup that you want to focus on. We have got here, of course, Alphonso Davies, who is definitely a player that you're going to want to pick up for sure. He will be a sensational left back still in the game. Maybe not becoming as, crazily relevant as he was a year ago, but still going to have that potential. Nunmensch, of course, Nuno Mendes will be a great pickup. I think recently moving to PSG for an insane amount of money, nearly picked up by Manchester City. He'll be great. Jadon Sancho, still only, an 88 high rated player at 22, which is crazy. I mean, I'm sure he won't get a downgrade for the fact that he's not played too much since moving to Manchester, but it's too early for that. You've got Hakimi, who I don't know if he'll be a right mid or if he'll be a right wing back, right back in the game next year, but he will be a great pickup once again too. Takefusa Kubo. This man's got bucket loads of potential, and if he actually does end up maybe one day playing games for Real Madrid, I think he's loaned away once again this season, but again, keep your eye on him. Mason Greenwood, expect him. I actually genuinely think 77 overall for him at the moment. He could go higher. Camavinga is going to definitely be a great pickup. He's recently moved as well, signing for Real Madrid in what a lot of people I think are calling a bargain. This guy here, Federico Valverde, this is the first rating. This is what he starts FIFA 22 with. All green stats, all over the place, 83 rated, and only 22, 23 years of age. His potential is in the 90s. He is probably the best damn pickup for your midfield in career mode. Gravenberch will definitely be a little higher rated, I believe, than that 70 rating, and so too will be Jude Bellingham. He's another great pickup to add into your team. And also, this man coming up here as well for Barcelona, the absolute machine that has played so many games as of late, finally came back from his holiday. Well, I say finally, he deserved it. Bloody Pedri, expect him to be, I know he's a left midfielder, I know he typically plays down that side, but I don't know if they might turn him into a more center midfield for this next installment of FIFA. Who knows? We've got Ritz here, who will definitely have a high potential and probably be in the 70s as well. I mean, could be looking at a potential future Kai Havertz potentially here, who knows. Phil Foden, I think there's a shot of him maybe being in the 80s. I think almost definitely being in the 80s, but expect him to still have a super high overall. Kai Havertz as well. You know that he was the hero in the he was the hero in the Champions League final, even though maybe his first season at Chelsea was not bad, but just, modest. Expect him to get going. And Jamal Musiala here as well will definitely also be a much higher rating than 62. Don't mind me. I mean, look at those stats athletically wise and technically wise. It's such a bit of disrespect. João Felix at 82. I expect him to be a little higher rated as well, but the potential should still be in the 90s there as well. I'm hoping for Felix he finally gets going with his career now, and he hopefully has a decent little breakout season for Atletico Madrid. Not that he's been bad, but Yusuf Demir here as well, who currently is at a different club to Barcelona, who they recently picked him up. He's going to have a lot of potential as well. Looking keen, watching his career keenly. Kulusevski there for Piemonte Calcio, aka Juventus for sure. Harvey Elliott, of course, we saw glimpses of him about a year or two ago, but I think now he's going to hopefully start coming a little more into the rotation at Liverpool, and expect him to hopefully get a few minutes and to really hopefully shine and show what he's got. I think he's got a future. Erling Haaland too, of course. Of course, these two are going to be great pickups. They'll be expensive pickups, especially this guy in Kylian Mbappe. Erling Haaland's almost definitely going to be like high 80s, I reckon, 88. I thought he'd be 87. He might be an 88 now. Mbappe will definitely still be 90. And Vlahovic here, another striker you definitely have got to keep your eye on too. Will be much higher than a 70, I assure you that. We've also got Alexander Isak. This guy could very well be in the 80s as well. He had a sensational season in La Liga for Real Sociedad, so trust me, he'll definitely be a great pickup with high potential. And finally, finishing it off with the left wingers, Vinicius Jr. here. I know that maybe it was getting clowned on a little bit last season, but I feel like he's turned it around, and he'll definitely still come good for sure. And Ansu Fati, for some reason he's in Everton in this build. I think he maybe recently went there in this career mode specifically, but no, he'll be at Barcelona, don't you worry. He'll have the number 10. He's got a lot of reputation, and he's got a lot to live up to taking that number, but we will see if he's going to be able to live up to it. Okay, so those are all the players that I'm fairly certain will be very good pickups this year in FIFA 22. Now, let's push on ahead. We're going 5 years deep into career mode, and we're going to take a look at all of those players overall, and let's see who ends up being the better signings. And now here we are 5 years into the future. Let's have a look at these ratings. Donnarumma up to a 92 at 27 years of age. Crazy to think 5 whole years, 5 full seasons in the future, and Donnarumma is only 27 still. Crazy stuff. You've got Safonov here at an 80, but again, expect him to be much higher rated. In fact, him and Livramento here are definitely not going to be, their overall, their potential, it fully doesn't. They're one of the rare players in this, I think, build that it does not reflect what their final potential and overall will be. But yes, Alexander Arnold is still going to obviously be a guaranteed player to hit a 90 potential or a 90 overall at some point in career mode. So Gino Dest might not be able to crack 90s in this career mode, I think, but he's recently moved to Tottenham in this sim, and he's gone up to an 86. Expect him to definitely be knocking on the door of a 90. Don't know if he'll be able to crack it. I definitely think Matthijs de Ligt is still going to be a player that's capable of hitting the 90 overall as well. And one other player that's coming up too here in Gvardiol, I think he'll definitely be a player that will be able to get easily mid-80s, possibly even high 80s with his overall. Definitely not struggling to crack 80s. I mean, he's still only 24 years of age in this career mode. He could probably definitely get 80s right now, but no, expect a big overall and potential boost for him. Upamecano at an 89, I think that'll be fairly realistic and a good little reflection of what his overall and potential will be in FIFA 22 career mode. You've got yourself Alphonso Davies coming up here once again, 89 overall, only still 25 years of age. He's basically one of the best, if not the best left back you can get in the game. Nuno Mendes, it's almost funny how I called him Nude Mensch again. It's just stuck in my head rent free. But yeah, he will definitely be a great pickup too. Again, moving to PSG in real life. He's still stayed at Sporting Lisbon in that sim. Now we've got Jadon Sancho, 93. You know this guy's going to have a lot of potential to get up into those high 90 ratings and be one of the best players in the game a few career mode seasons in. But with the emergence of Greenwood, who knows if that might actually go down a bit, but still. We've got Hakimi at a very nice rating. I expect him to be higher. Takefusa Kubo, he's going to Manchester City in this one here. We've also got coming up, very interestingly, Mason Greenwood having gone all the way to Wolfsburg, leaving Manchester United and going to the Bundesliga. If that happened in real life, that seems crazy. Also something that's pretty funny too is that Camavinga, this was recorded before he actually moved to Real Madrid in real life, and look, he's only gone and done it. 87 rated, look at those green stats, very nice, beautiful, well-rounded stats for a central midfielder, but look at Valverde, 90 overall, still fairly, decently aged at 28, 27, and it's almost deep green, dark green stats all over the place. That is magnificent. Compare that to an 84 rated Gravenberch. Again, expect him to get a little bit of a boost as well. I think he'll definitely still be much better rated. Then you've got Jude Bellingham too, with an 84 potential. And again, another one of those players that is definitely going to get a boost to his overall and potential. So too, I believe here with this man, Pedri. In fact, we could be talking about a guy here that I think already has showed he has the ability to potentially have a 90 potential. And I think he'll get it. It's a strange one that he's gone all the way to Hertha Berlin. Why are so many wonder kids buggering off to the Bundesliga? That's so bizarre. You've got Ritz here, who's an 83. Expect him to have much higher potential and to be able to get way deeper in. Phil Foden is an 88. I think that's fairly realistic too, although he could definitely get into the 90s as well. Moving to PSG in this one, Kai Havertz at a 93 coming up here at 27 years of age. I mean, good pickup. Already a pretty highly rated player though at 85, so maybe you might want to opt for somebody else, who knows. We've got, of course, here Jamal Musiala once again, 76, another one of those players you're going to put into the category right here on this build that is not reflective of their final overall and potential. We should hopefully be getting full information on those ratings quite soon. João Felix at 93. I don't know if he'll ever get to a 93 overall in real life. That's just my personal prediction for him, but he should probably still be able to just sneak into a 90 potential next year. Demir here with an 80 potential, mate. Forget that. He will definitely be able to clear mid-80s potential. Certainly, Kulusevski here, the Swede for Juventus. I mean, again, definitely going to be a good one. I feel like I've definitely missed certain players in here, like Chiesa. I think he might have been a little older than 23. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But yeah, no, I think I'm definitely wrong about that. I should have added him in. I missed a few players. I know that that's going to be one of the players that I've missed. But Harvey Elliott at an 80 potential. I expect him to have much higher potential than that once again. Erling Haaland can get to a 92 after 5 years on this build of FIFA 22. I think that he and Mbappe deserve the same potential, but I think Mbappe currently right now should just be slightly higher rated only just. I think Mbappe once again in FIFA 22 will be, after a few years, the highest rated player in the game once Messi and Ronaldo drop off, which is just going to happen sooner and sooner now in career mode. It's quite sad. They're coming toward the end, aren't they? Declan Vlahovic here at an 81. No way he'll only have that potential next year. Alexander Isak at an 86. I honestly think he could get 88, 89 potential with how well he played in the Bundesliga or in the La Liga last year. Ansu Fati up to an 89, and back at Barcelona. I don't know if he transferred out or if he loaned out or whatever, but that is a nice little potential for him. I think he could get in the 90s. And then finally, Vinicius Jr. with a 90 potential as well. I definitely know I missed a fair few players like Chiesa and got even just other players off the top of my head, but that's a nice little short list there of about 20, 25 players who I believe will be great pickups for you in FIFA 22. So yeah, that is going to do it for this one. There you have it then, people. Those are the best pickups in FIFA 22 career mode. Again, these changes will not be 100% final on this build. There may be some adjustment, but really, with most of these players being quite young, if anything, they're only going to get better. I will not see an awful lot of, I think, downgrades on players that we showed here today. In fact, there's almost definitely going to be some big movers when the game comes out from this list. But let me know if you think I've missed anybody who you think you'll be picking up in your first career modes, but that'll do it for me. See you all for the next one, people. Just a little small cheeky one here today. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, 700k. It is right there. And yes, that'll do it for me. You're the best. Cheers for watching. Till next time, catch you later. My name's Masterbucks. Bye-bye.